All right. Hello. Incredible greetings. Incredible greetings, everyone. How are you guys doing? Welcome in. All right, just got to do some back of the house stuff real quick on this broadcast. If you are watching this and you're watching the playback of it, because this is live, if you're watching the playback of this was a live recording, which I did put. I'm going to start putting that in the title so that you guys understand that it is a live video if you're watching the playback. So I do have to share. I have to do certain things. We don't get straight into whatever the topic is. I have to share it out and help myself, by adding some comments to things and just helping out my own broadcast. So we have to kind of do that. So bear with me. If you're watching the playback, you can always jump forward and fast forward past me doing intros and while I'm sharing things out, while I'm saying hello to people and things of that nature. Okay. So let me go over yonder so that, I don't have an engineer that's doing all this for me. So I sit here and I click through it myself. One of these days, let me take this gum out of my mouth. That is so ghetto. One of these days, I will have an engineer where I can just sit here and just do the intro, and they are doing all of this in the background. I used to have that before my husband went off to work. But one day we'll have someone and they'll be, on the side somewhere, and they're just going to be clicking through and just sharing all the things out. Okay. But how are you guys doing? Welcome in. Incredible morning, incredible greetings. All right. All right. So we shared that. And now let's go ahead and share again. Let's share it to my group. If you guys are able to share it out, copy the link, send it to a friend, tag a friend. If you're watching over on Facebook, if you're watching over on YouTube, click out of the live chat, hit share, and then share it to a friend or two or three or four or five. Tag a couple people. Can you tag? Are you able to tag 3 people? I hit copy link. Did I hit copy link? I don't know what I just clicked. I did click copy link. Okay, that's okay. So that means this one just won't get a caption. All right. All right, there we go. So, hello, everyone. Incredible greetings. As you guys come in, drop a hey, how you doing? Let me know where you are watching from. Let me know what you do in the creative space. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, so hello. Welcome in. Thank you guys so much for hopping on from Arkansas. Thank you so much for hopping on. I think Facebook doesn't like, it was actually doing better before I started sharing. I think Facebook doesn't like all of the shares from me. I think that's what it is. I think that's probably the issue, is all of the shares are coming from like my account. Yeah, I don't know, but we will see. All right, so if you saw the title or not, it's y'all better get to this craft money, okay? And what sparked this is I made a post earlier today, well, like a little while ago, like a little bit before this live, and it was about one of the craft trends. So you might be new here. Let me introduce myself, okay? I am Shakia, the professor. Our company is HS Inc. 365. We are the home of an amazing brand that's called Honestly Speaking, that soon will be exclusive access only to the best sublimation paper and ink. That will soon be, like I said, exclusive access only. You got to get on the list to get your hands on this amazing paper and keep your hands on this amazing paper. Especially if it's already been helping your business and you've seen like great results compared to the other submission products you were using. We are also the home of Silaholics Anonymous. That is how I got started in this digital space and coming on and teaching people live. I started off 10 years ago just teaching silhouette, how to use Silhouette Cameo. Wasn't even really like the program a lot, like teach like a graphic designing program, but just showing the things that you can make from all of the creative things. When I had my event planning business and I would come on and I'm showing chip bags, or I'm showing 3D letters, I'm showing custom gable boxes, I'm showing balloons and things of that nature, like everything that I was actually creating with cutting it out with my Cameo and things like that. Those who've been with me for a while, you saw me really just bootstrap and like I utilize my creative skills. I don't know if there's anyone that's watching that's been on like since day one, when I used to have the milk crates on my wall as like shelving, like just, crafting it out, like really DIMing it, and just for me, I don't say DIY, I say DIM because I did it myself. And I think it was like one time I was on live, going behind grocery stores to get the milk crates, or going into the Walgreens that's actually now closed. And I asked them at one point for some milk crates. So my storage was milk crates that I zip tied together. I had even put anchors in the wall. I hung those things up and I painted the edges, because my colors have always been teal. It's one of my favorite colors. I painted the edges like in this like bluish tealish color. At one point I had like the little faux rhinestones around it. I look at some of those pictures and I was like, what the hell was I thinking? Some of you guys have been around and to know that like I've used foam board like religiously. I created this like this storage unit for my cardstock paper out of foam board, where I'm like creating all these little shells to break it up. I wanted it to be like in the colors, but I didn't want to pay like $100. Or it was, I don't say 100. I forgot what it was, but it was a crazy amount for the little dividers for paper. So some of you guys were online with me while I made that. Like I DIY'd or DIM'd a lot of things. Like I really put my creative skills and my craft skills to use, but I never ever called what I did and the things that I'm actually creating, I never really called that crafting. Like to me, crafting and DIY and just being creative was all the other things that I did, which were like hacks to kind of save me some money. So if you've been around for a while, you've seen that journey. Seeing how when I first started, the shelf that I had, it was just, I had it when I was a single woman, not wanting to throw away my furniture. One went into the kids' room. I kept one for myself. my room was like 30,000 different colors. And eventually, like, I painted that. So some of you guys went through that transformation where that got painted. I mean, when even built my desk, like, some of you guys have really, really been around for a long, long time. And I've just grown and grown and grown and grown and grown every year. Now I look back and I'm just like, oh, wow. I look back at videos where your girl didn't care how she came on. It was just real raw. But I'm like, girl, Shakia, Facebook has a way of showing you your memories. And I'm like, ooh, I was really on here looking busted. Oh my gosh. But I mean, I'm grateful for that journey. So some of you guys just know me from Silhouetteholics Anonymous, and I am your resident silhouette instructor. I, to this day, still believe it's an amazing program that if you are someone that is new to designing, I know that Canva is out there and it is plug and play and you can do a lot of great things with it. I am utilizing it. I've had Canva for a while, I've been paying it for a while, and I would do like little things here and there. Now I am using it more for branding and marketing things. I don't use it to create like the designs for, grad season or birthdays and things like that. Like, I'm not using it for those things. I still use Silhouette Studio Photoshop for those, but there's a lot of great components to and benefits to using Canva. So I am using that, but Silhouette, I don't know what the heck that sound was. Silhouette Studio, and like just that whole system is great for beginners. This is not sponsored. I know it's very, very silly of me to constantly push this brand that I get absolutely no support from. I get no kickback. I don't have affiliate links, nothing. But because I love the creative community, I still share it. Like, that's one of those not gatekeeping things. I just feel like everyone that has a computer, laptop, desktop, you should be downloading Silhouette Studio because it's free and you can do so much from the free platform. Okay. So that's kind of just where I got started. If you want to know, why am I talking about these different things? I'm just giving you a little backstory if you don't know, who I am. And so, years and years go by, I'm just teaching people how to do different things. I created my own methods and, just getting really great lines, clean lines, going from, being the person that was using the really cheap glue gun, cheap glue sticks. Then I thought I was doing something because I got like the full size, but I still had strings everywhere, not understanding that there was a difference. Yeah, you have to pay a little bit more for these glue sticks. You can't just go to the Dollar Tree and get them. You can't get the cheapest ones, what is like the ad tech ones from Walmart and things of that nature. Like, you have to spend some, like learning that there was a difference in something as simple as glue sticks. These are things that I have shared over the years to help you guys improve, because it's helped and improved the way that I operate, the way that I do things. So that's just a little bit like who I am. I've also parlayed that into our product line. I also teach the business side of this and how you can effectively and efficiently make money, whatever that amount is. I know it's this big thing for people to promote, and those are the ones who say they're millionaires and they made all this money because they're promoting, hey, you can make six figures, and people are running after that six-figure result. They're running after that $1 million result, but you have to start somewhere. And that has been my messaging for like years. I want to help you start the thing, and then you can scale it up depending on, what you have the capacity for. You will be able to scale that thing up. And why are we blurry? Okay, there we go. So, I just want to kind of come on and talk about craft money. So I made a post, and it was about something that is trending, it's viral, and it is the vending machines. Like, this is my platform. I mean, they can't beat me up. So I'm like, what? People may delete me from their groups. Baby, I don't care. I've built a platform. I'm going to talk on it. Don't come looking. Like, but I'm entitled to like my thoughts, my opinion, and just the things that I know to be true from being in this business. Like, I'm not a babe in this business. I'm not afraid to talk to people and to ask people and to get the thoughts and opinions of others. I might like something But just because I like it, if I don't have a bunch of people that think like me and that are attracted to that, me putting that out there, or me taking the time to learn to do this thing, taking the time out to go and like purchase files, and no one's going to buy it because I don't know how to attract a bunch of me's. I'm not communicating and talking to a bunch of me's who are going to find this interesting. I've had to listen to it. It's like, no, we're not really into that. Do this. If I'm being honest, this is how I got into teaching Canva. And like, starting to incorporate that. I utilized Canva, but it wasn't something that I had a desire to teach. I like teaching silhouette. Like that was just my messaging. Anyone can start. For Canva, although there's a free component to it, there's a paid component. Just the way that you navigate it, it can be kind of, wonky. But I had to accept that Canva is just blowing up more and more and more. I mean, they've acquired so many different resources, starting with like the Remove BG platform to where, they got that so they can incorporate in theirs. There's like so many apps there. They had acquisition of Affinity and figuring out how to merge that. If you look on like Chat GPT, you're able to do certain things and it integrates right with Canva. And it was something else that I saw, and like it integrates right with Canva. So everywhere you turn, Canva is going to be there. So it is a great resource. I just don't consider it to be like the main source for me when it comes to designing. But I have started teaching it. Like I was resistant. I've been resistant to teaching Canva for 2.5 years. So this year I'm like, okay, I'm going to give it a chance and I'm going to go ahead and teach Canva. So something like those are the things that happen. Like those are the ebbs and flows of business. But I made this post about the viral vending machines, and I don't get it. Like it might be just me. That is the joy of spending 10 years building a platform, is I can get on this platform and I can talk about the things that are in my head. Like, and do it unapologetically. I can talk about these things, whether it's to one person, 2 people, 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people. I'm able to talk my talk and just kind of share my intrusive thoughts with you guys, right? So it might be just me. I'm like, Facebook is putting it in my face, right? Because that the fact that I'm seeing these things every other post means that it is trending on social media, right? Facebook is saying there are so many people searching this term. There are so many people who are making these, and these pictures look similar, like their AI is picking up on that. And hey, you're spending time in craft groups. I've seen you search, or you wrote the word foam board and Easter and baskets and all that. So I'm going to keep feeding this to you because you have searched something within like this, like the, you're on this algorithm, right? So it's like you have entered this algorithm and we're going to keep feeding it to you. So I'm literally seeing like post after post after post of these washing machines. And I'm like, wait a minute. Now, the first person, I actually didn't realize that even with hers, her dryer looks like a dryer. But the one that's a washing machine actually it's like, it wasn't like they just kind of put the design and you had like the washing machine stuff. They really put a AI washing machine in the front. And my brain went, why is there a washing machine on a washing machine? And so I just made the post about it, right? But then the teacher in me is like, that's a great teaching moment, right? I think it's the silliest thing in the world. I don't understand it. And then the price point for it, I don't understand it. I talked about last night. If you haven't caught that video, last night's session, amazing. We talked about, when you are sourcing items, and that there are four different, I guess, categories or levels of purchasing merchandise, purchasing supplies. If you were on that video, let's see who was on and paying attention. What are those 4 levels when it comes to buying supplies, like things like shirts and things like that? So what are those 4 levels? Okay. Okay. So yeah. So just write those in. But I am like, When I look at the price, and then people are like, oh, these take a lot of work and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, you're putting a sticker on foam board and we're cutting it out. It might seem like a long process, probably because you're using the wrong material. You're trying to cut out a 30-inch square with a 12-inch ruler, right? You have a dull blade. It's not super sharp. The templates that you guys are getting, the person did not care about, how it was made. You literally watch this person struggle with this thing in like when they're creating it, but you're confident in buying their template when they're telling you, okay, just fix on the back end. That makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever, right? But it's like we're looking at these. Someone says have not watched it yet. Oh yeah, you've missed that one. So yeah, I was live last night. Go back and check that out. Anywho, so I'm like, we're looking at this. I'm just like, they're taking a sticker and they're putting it on foam board. They're cutting it improperly. They're using some people are using this cheap loose cellophane. They're not using acetate to where it's nice and smooth. Like it just looks homemade, but we want people to pay more than what you can get a toy washing machine for. Because, oh, well, it takes so much time. The prints are expensive. Because you are buying your prints from a retail spot where they're not pricing theirs for a business to resell it. They are pricing it to the end consumer. And then you want it, like you're treating that. And it's people that are teaching people, go to CVS, go to Kinko's and things like that to have them print these things out for your business. That is the wrong thing. That's wrong. Business owners and those who want to run a business, you should not be going to places like CVS because those are retail prices. They're not set for resale to where your price now becomes reasonable, because it makes no sense to me to say empty, nothing in it, $100, $110, $125 for foam. For a box with a sticker on it, you would be better off going out and like, anywho, I digress. But I say all that to say it has been in my feed, right? It can only show up in my feed if people are sharing it, people are engaging with this content, people are like, they're commenting on it, they're engaging, they're sharing it, they're, just all the things, right? And now there's multiples of it popping up because one person saw that it was like, and they thought, oh my God, this is amazing because they're a crafter. So now someone else. So now the algorithm is picking this up. Now, I cannot say for sure if people are really selling this because I look at some and it's not like an image of, they're not personalizing it every single time with a picture of someone's like kid. Some people are putting AI art on it. So I think some of these are, hey, let me just make this and then put it out there to see if I get any hits on it, right? I need you guys to understand that everything that you see on social media doesn't mean that like someone is actually making money from it. They're not thriving from that thing. It's constantly, because it's constantly coming up and you're seeing it everywhere. You're feeling like, man, I'm missing out on something. Please take the time to poll the people around you. Take a screenshot of it, send it to someone to say, hey, are you interested in these types of like products? Like if our company was to make them, is this something that you're interested in? What do you use like for Easter baskets? Are you not everybody is into the big Easter baskets. I remember like one year, it was like, and they probably still have them, but it just seemed like it was like for a couple of years because they were never like that before. People had these large Easter baskets where you literally needed a U-Haul to get this home. Like if you just had a regular sedan, a regular car, you would not be able to purchase this Easter basket. You needed a Suburban, you needed a truck, you needed a U-Haul, because these things were like stacked so high. They had full. I'm like, when did Easter baskets start including full-on toy? Like literally, you can take all the toys out of their room because they had that much toys in it. They had clothes in it and shoes. When did Easter baskets become this? And I get it. A lot of the younger generations and those who were, the newer moms and things like that, I live in Miami, so I'm going to say it. It was a lot of scamming and people like, hey, it ain't none of my money, so I'm going to just spend it on whoever, whatever. I'm going to spend it on foolishness, because I will say here in Miami, baby, it was a lot of scamming going on, okay? So it's like there was this just trend of like just ridiculously huge, and it was like this much candy and it's all of these other things in it, and I didn't understand that. I'm not spending $200 for an Easter basket like that. If I need to buy you clothes, I'm going to buy you clothes at the regular price for clothes. I'm not going to now go and pay someone a 10, 20% markup to get the same clothes, the same outfits I can take my ASS in the store to get, right? Not going to happen, Captain, right? But it's a trend and you're seeing it. Now, there are some people that are buying it, right? I don't give a damn how much is trending. I don't give a darn if my child asks for it because they saw it. I'm not doing it. It's a waste of money. 125 could pay premiums for real investments for my kids. I watched my son when I made the box. Like, so I got like these big, so if you saw that picture last year, like the way I made Ziny Mine Zone, I wasn't marketing them. I made it for my own kid. I would never sell it because, I'm just not going to sell it. But I'll make it for my kid. I'm a mom that likes to kind of craft and put things together, and I like to DIM stuff. So I made it. But people were asking after the fact, and they were like, damn, why'd you wait until Easter to show this? I would have purchased one. I didn't say I was selling it. Everything that I make is not technically for sale. But I say all of that to come to this point. People buy people are spending money. There are so many of you who are questioning your prices, even because of people like me. They're going to come on here and say it's silly. But there are some where they say, hey, this is the price I have. And they're showing pictures saying, hey, I sold this. Now, they could very well be saying, I'm telling y'all. So, okay, if I can be real, right? Let me be real, okay? I personally see, I can't speak for, maybe I'm just not looking in the right places. Maybe it's just what is in my feed. The only people that I see that says, hey, I sold a whole bunch of these things for this outrageous amount. And I'm saying that I'm not saying this is a bad thing. I'm not saying this is a bad thing, because I got people who I'm cool with, like that are in this space. But when you're seeing all of these like Easter baskets, or like the vending machine Easter baskets and stuff like that, and they just got a whole bunch of them, and it was like a crazy amount, it's normally some sort of creative or craft coach or someone that's like, oh, this is where the bag is. Go and do this thing, right? And well, you need to be doing this because, oh, I made all of this money from it, and I'm going to teach you how you can. Now, we don't know if they're saying that to get you in their class, but on the back end, they were not confident about that price, and they didn't really sell it for that, because they're having people where I'm like, okay, where was it out? You got all this other stuff on your website. Where these at? So there are some, I truly believe that they're selling for that amount because they have it on their website that way. But there's quite a few where I'm like, where are you selling it at, homie? Because I don't see it on your website. I see the class for it, but I don't see the actual thing that you are telling people they can make money off of. And that, oh, I'm selling it for $1,000, empty. I don't see this thing for $1,000 on your website. Okay. I don't see the people who took the class, they learned the thing. Where's theirs saying, I sold all of these, right? Like there's some, I've seen some people, right? And you're seeing the stuff that's like, whoo, I'm burnt out, I'm wore out, I had so many of these. But also what I hear is I'm burnt out, I'm worn out. Because they're trying to rush to do these things. They're running around town trying to find the Dollar Tree bowls to be able to make the things. They're burnt out. That's not a way to run a business. That's not an efficient way to run a business. Leave me alone, ma'am. Anywho, somebody's texting me and like, girl, if you don't get off these people neck, my bad. Look, I tried to just go and just share all the nice things. Y'all didn't want that. So now I told y'all, I warned y'all, I'm just going to call out the things that I find to be silly. But at the end of the day, there is hope in it. There is something positive in it. Money is being made, right? People are not showing this, not showing up for no reason. People are making money from it. It's not going to work for everyone, right? Like that particular thing may not work for everyone. There's going to be a handful of people. They are selling out these vending machines like crazy. But they also probably have like a lot of viral moments and things like that, or they already had clientele that they know, right? They know their audience, and their audience loves things like this. Like I have a cousin, right? So for me, if I was to make something like that, I have literally like maybe 2 people that I know would probably want it, because she's horrible with money management. Like she sucks. She wastes money. We're always telling her, you don't need this. That's a waste of money. But in her mind, it's anything for my daughter, anything for my daughter. No, that's stupid. She don't need that. She don't care about that. It's wasteful. And she just laughs it off. I mean, I love her, but she's young and I'll say young and dumb because I don't want to say that, but like she's just young and you fill in the blanks, right? So there is a customer base that's like that. You have to, okay, you know what? I'm gonna be a real coach, right? I have to say young and dumb. You may not put this out there, right, to the people like, hey, this is my target audience. But for some of you guys, the things that you make, you need to be honest with yourself that your target audience for some of the things that you make is, I need to find the people who are young, dumb, are foolish with money. They spend money on frivolous stuff. They don't care. They will let their lights go out to have this thing. That is an avatar. And if that's like some of the things that you guys are creating, that is your target audience. And you have to be honest with that. Yes, it's going to seem bad to say that out loud and to say that to someone. So when someone asks you, hey, what's your target audience? You're not going to want to say that. But if you're in like a one-on-one session, like I allow those who book a one-on-one session with me, be honest with me, be real with me. I have worked with some people in the event industry, and their target audience were scammers. Hello, I live in Miami. And when they're talking to me, they will go and they'll laugh about it. But the majority of their clientele was scammers, or like their baby daddy is in the street game, like, the street life, to where, hey, they hustling to make this money. It was dirty money. But they knew that was their main clientele. That was the world that they were in. Their main clientele were exotic dancers. No one says that your ideal client has to be this upstanding citizen. If you okay with dirty money, be okay with dirty money, but be very, very clear on who you have access to and who you want to service. It is okay to say, I need the people that are young, dumb, and that will spend money on anything. I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to throw their kids' picture on here. They are so obsessed with their kids that I'm going to tell them that this little piece of crap is $125, $150. I'm going to add $5 worth of candy or treats in it. And I want you to now pay me $200. And you're going to do it because you are that obsessed with your kids. Y'all do know that that is a customer avatar, right? But some of you guys are so afraid to say that. You don't want to admit that that really is who your customer is. And it's okay. It's okay. There's money to be made out there. You just have to truly lock in on who you're trying to service. A Shakia would never be, and it's not that it's a bad thing, right? When you say, I want to service everybody, you cannot. Because a Shakia will look at that mess and be like, I know you effing lying. There are some people who are advertising it with the worst cuts in the world. The measurements are off. It's leaning. It's the top of the washing machine is tilted to the side with the gangster lean. And they are advertising with this on their platform. The paper, it looks like they printed with a dye-based printer. There's no gloss, there's no sheen to it. It looks a hot mess.com, but they are advertising with it because they want those who are young and dumb, who don't know no better. And then when it comes to the people selling digital files, they are playing on the fact that you are desperate to make money. There are some coaches where their target audience are people desperate to make money. I am going to prey on your desperation to make money. I don't really want you to be successful, because the moment you become truly successful, you are not going to need the foolishness that I am putting out there to you. I'm not doing it, right? I just want to coach you through it and make you still want this. And I'm going to feed you. I'm not going to give you real substance because I want you to remain ignorant to the truth. And I want you to rely on me. I want you to depend on me. I want you to feel like you cannot succeed unless you are attached to my hip, unless you are listening to my voice every single day. There are people that prey on that, and they will never say it openly, but their target audience are those who are desperate for success. They're tired, and they will use that story. You know, you're a single parent, you're this, you're that. You know, you can't feed your kid. They're going to tell you all of these things to make you buy into the thing that they were never even successful at. Don't even know the first thing. They're successful in selling you the thing, but they could never really help you on how to make that thing successful. But there's money to be made out there, even on the silliest things, for what seems like a bad, that's kind of cringy to think of my audience that way. But it is what it is. So when you become clear on who it is that you want to service, how you want to help them, what the products that you want to provide for them. If you know that they don't care, they just want to spend money, then you're clear on who you want to service, and then you'll be clear on your pricing. You'll be clear on the things that you provide. Okay? So, see, some people are going to put it cutesy. That's my girl. So she said, the buyers that don't know any better. No, they want the young and dumb. They want the ones that's going to spend money foolishly. The ones that don't care about paying a light bill, their rent, their lights are always off, their water's always off, their cell phone is off. The ones who are like, oh, you can't send me money on here. I need you to send it to me on this account, because if I send it over there, I'm negative over here. They're going to snatch my money, right? That's a customer avatar. That's people's personality. That's how, like, they spend money on things when their life is in disarray. I want the customers whose life is in disarray. Live in that. Live in that. If that's the customer that you want, the one that's not going to think. I want the impulsive buyer who's not thinking about their bills, not thinking about their responsibility. They just want what's hot and trending right now. I don't care if you end up homeless. Come buy this foam board washing machine. I don't care if you can't pay a bill. Come buy this. It is okay for you. If it's for yourself, you don't want to share that with anybody else. It's okay because there's money to be made. The silliest, what may seem very, very silly to one person, to somebody else, it's like, oh, this is the world's greatest. You just have to figure out what is valuable, what is of value to whoever it is that you're speaking to, and how to get them to buy into whatever it is that you are selling. Oh, okay. Yeah. This is true. Yeah. The ones that this is true. They're the one that now their customers don't know any better to know that there's a better way. This is true. Wait, she said people like you discourage us. How I discourage? Wait a minute now. She was like, I feel attacked because that's how much I charge unfilled. And again, I am not saying that there's anything wrong, but I can now, I'll be real with you. I still think it's crazy. I do believe in how you create yours and how you make yours, the care that in which you take. Your lines are never crazy, right? You are using acetate. I don't think I've ever seen you. I don't even know if even like your first like prototypes use like cellophane and it was crazy. I gotta go and I want to go back and look, but I don't think I've ever seen yours like not look smooth. I've never seen you go and use like electrical tape or like duct tape to tape the cellophane down. I've always felt like your stuff could be on a shelf. And I've told you that. Like you create things that could be on a shelf to the right person, to the right clientele. I don't feel like you ever made yours to where it's going to just fall apart. Some people are making some stuff that's going to fall apart and it's just all over the place, ma'am. Now I still ain't paying at a price. I'm still not paying that cost, but for some it is worth it, like the convenience, like your like and the way that it would be used, like the graduation ones you made and like the money cards, and like there's also money coming out, but I also know the stress that it brings and whether or not you feel like, okay, yeah, it brought me in some money, but is it worth it? Because now that this has died down, what do I do next? I've spent so much time working on these things that I'm burnt out. I don't want to look at a piece of foam board. Like it's crazy where something can make you dislike a major part of like your business, right? So it's a little bit different, but I still, for everybody, I love you, but I'm still not paying that. But I will, I mean, if I had to, if I really, really had to, I would buy yours over some of them other ones. Let's see. Exactly. It was eggs and jelly beans. Like that was it. Give me some eggs, some jelly beans, a hollow Easter bunny. It wasn't solid chocolate. That sucker was as hollow as it gets. Like this is what was in Easter baskets. Throw a couple of dollars. So, we're you get the golden eggs. They're going to put $2 in one, $5. I think we got, people got a little bit of money. We had one that might have like $20 in, because I think I had put Zani Mani's first birthday fell on Easter weekend, which this year it does as well. So when we hid eggs, they had money in it. Some of them had $20 in it. So yeah, them kids love that. They love cash. They never show proof. Easter egg hunts in the backyard. Like this is, now we have it. And I'm like, my kids want to go out there, but I feel like it's a waste of time. I love my city. But now the Easter egg hunt, it's not a hunt. They fly a helicopter over and they just drop eggs in the field and kids just go crazy. And I'm like, that's no fun. Like, I like the Easter egg hunts. I like going to the backyard like a week. What is that smell? Because we didn't find the egg that was hidden like in the branch of the tree, and now it stank. And my grandma is fussing because it's like, but now then she got to a point where it's like she would count the eggs. Okay, all right, I know y'all got y'all's, but bring all them right back because I need to count and make sure y'all found every last egg because y'all not gonna have my backyard stinking. I don't know if anybody, maybe that was just me, where you left some eggs and then it's like, what's that? Where that's coming from? And you realize it's an egg you forgot. Yeah. Oh, see, look, yep. It was all fun and simple. The adults put money in some. That was the life. Exactly. That was the life. Now it's just crazy. The scam looks. If that's what your audience is, the scammers and the drug dealers, hey, they can be great. I'm not trying to look. By me saying this, it is definitely not trying to stop anybody's hustle. I can't. Like, I'm not trying to, because guess what? I can't. I cannot change the mind of your audience, your customers. Those who like it, they're gonna be like, whatever, that's my business, that's my money. Don't check. Baby, I'm not trying to check your money. I'm just speaking on what's on my mind. Like, I built a platform where, I can come on and it might be some people that are willing to listen to me speak the things that are on my mind. And that's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to convince anybody, not trying to stop on anybody's hustle. Now, I am at the same time, hopefully I find the people that think like me, that are like, I want to be sustainable. I want to know things that I want to be like you. 10 years in, I ain't had to go back on nobody's job, right? I have people that will contact me out of the blue. I have students that I am helping right now, teachers, where I'm helping them build their own, like, not just for, I don't help just crafters. I have teachers. I have those who do treats. Well, I guess y'all would say that would be a crafter. Bakers, who is like, I want to be able to teach this. What all do you do? I see what you do. I love the way that you kind of do it. I love your cameras, your lighting, your setup for your classes. Teach me the things. When it comes to your Shopify, I love it. I teach people outside of what you guys deem as like the craft industry, because I am amazing at what I do. I've helped people make major bank because I am great at what I do. My creative business program starts on Saturday because I am great. If I was not great at what I do, I wouldn't be able to have these programs. I'm amazing. I'm incredible. I'm amazing. I'm incredible at what I do, which is why I have my creative business program, which is why I have students in, like, over 50 students in my creative lounge. They all don't show up, but I don't care. Y'all pay for it. So look, as long as you're paying for it, as long as I'm getting my money, if you watch the playback or not, that's on you. But I have over 50 of them that are in the creative lounge. I have students that have signed up for the creative business program because they want the information. They want that knowledge. They want it broken down. They want to know strategies for sustainable business where we can be technically, I've been doing this part for 10 years. But I haven't had to go back to work since MJ was 6 months old. MJ will be 14 in May. I think I know a little something about a little something. Okay. Yeah, that's sad. They take advantage of us who are really trying to figure things out. But some people do because they don't know. But you guys also, you don't want some, if I'm being real, it's a lot of y'all that don't want the real, right? You want a quick answer. You allowed yourself to be taken advantage of because I spent 10 years saying, what questions do you have? And most times it's surface level stuff. You guys never dig deep. You're not doing any research. So you're taking whatever someone is saying at face value until you realize, yo, this ain't what I wanted. This ain't what I needed. Like, because you are not taking ownership of what it is that you want to learn, what you need to learn. You're just going, someone says, hey, I'm super successful. I made this amount of money. And you're taking that at face value without asking any questions. So you're just simply allowing yourself to be taken advantage of. And that's what they're banking on. They're banking on the fact that you don't know, and you're going to just listen to whatever I say. There's not a student who's ever taken my class, who's ever listened to my videos that can say that I'm like, just take me at face value. I'm always like, go research it. I'll give you a little. Now you go do the rest of the work. Because I need you to know, like, you might come back and say, okay, well, I saw this, or, and I have to look at that. Okay, well, I see where, that can be a different, or this might work for you. Anyone that's taking my class, if it's something like a physical thing, I'm always showing multiple ways of doing something, because I'm skillful at it. I didn't just go and learn one person's method and now I'm regurgitating that. I can like, okay, well, this doesn't work for me. My hand doesn't move this way. Okay, well, try it this way, try it that way. That is how great I am, that I can break it down and help you see it in a way that you can actually digest it. It resonates with you and you can process it. Oh, not wait a minute now, because baby, the queen of the vanity box is in the room, okay? But I will say, me too, girl, me too. I was like, wait. Now, Patricia, look, I can be messy all I want. Girl, inbox me the picture. Let's compare screenshots and see if we were talking about the same one. I count eggs, baby. Look, I'm at the point now. I'm counting eggs, okay? We're going to count all of y'all. I need to make sure all eggs are present and accounted for. But I just wanted to encourage you guys, she's like, I was about to say that. Oh, you fast with it. Is that really you? Hold on. Is that really you? Oh no, that wasn't you. Okay. I was like, dang, you fast with it. But that look, that was amazing. That I'm like, inbox me, and then it goes ding. That was hilarious. All right, but let me get out of your hairs. I could be here all day, but I do have work to do because I have to prep for my own launch. I have a code for you guys. So if you sat here and you listened to me, my creative business program, like I said, it kicks off. If you, we did the pilot program it was a year ago. I think the pilot program was about a year ago, because we did the summer program. I'm not sure the creative business, that was before. I did the summer, but it's probably been like about a year. And I went through and just revamped some things. I really looked at the areas that are of importance to those who are starting a business, and not being like, it can be overwhelming, but me guiding you through, hey, this is where you start and this is where you need to build and grow. Let's think about your goals. Think about what it is that you want, the results that you want. How can we get there? These are the things that's going to help you go from owing $10,000 to knocking that tax liability down to where, if you also have children, you have another job, like certain things where you can still get a refund back at certain levels. And you get to certain price, like certain revenues, you're most likely going to end up owing certain things, unless you're set up where you have shareholders and you're sending things out. Like it is a lot to it. I mean, just the jump from solopreneur, or basically self-employed, that's not the word I'm looking for. Oh God, it's not the word I'm looking for. But basically solopreneur to having your LLC, sole proprietor, having your LLC, setting up, to be taxed as an S Corp, having a C Corp. These are all different. They're all business entities, but they're different. There's different benefits. There's pros and cons to each of them. And I've spent years like just understanding it for myself. I made sure that I was my first success story. I went from 10,000 to 7,000 to getting an actual refund back because I studied it. So I will always, for everything that I do, I'm always my very first success story. And then I go and I bring that information because I've tested it. So my creative business program is coming back after about a year or some. I got to go look back at the recordings. But when you sign up for it, you get to go through those recordings and have that information. You're going to get that. And then we're going to start our 20-week accelerator program starting on Saturday, where we're just going to kind of have like our meet and greet. So I'm going to give you guys a 10% code. So you can use this. So this is the one for like going straight to the website. And hold on, let me get this code for you guys. And let me share my screen with you real quick. So if we go here and you can do monthly, if we put that code in, it will, and you will be locked in at that monthly rate, right? If you're in Creative Lounge, I dropped your code in the Creative Lounge as well. So you get more than the 10%, but there's a 10% off of that. Or if you want to sign up for the lifetime access, that same code will work to take 10% off of the $900 or the $1,000 if you're going to use buy now, pay later. I'm going to go back. Because if you choose, let's say the $1,000 one, right? And I go to purchase. I'm not sure if you saw the options right here. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to put in that code. That's going to, wait a minute. Wait, why is that one not? Okay, now I got to go. See, I'm glad I did that because now I got to go and put that back in. But it'll have the discount code on there. I promise you it'll be on there. And then you can check out with Affirm, Afterpay, or Klarna. But now I got to go and figure out what happened with the code. Did something happen on my back end? But that's no biggie because I just go in there and I will correct that and fix that. So, because I didn't do the additional pricing. Okay, so boom, 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 and save. And we're going to go here, boom, apply, bam, there we go. All right. So you can do it that way. Get your 10% off. You can use Affirm, Klarna, Afterpay to break that up and you'll have lifetime access to it. If you're like, that's a little too rich for my blood right now, then go ahead, try it out for a month. Like if you go in and you just pay for a month, you're going to see you'll be able to watch all of these playbacks. Okay. All of these playbacks are there for you to view. 10 sessions. Even if you just sign up for a month, use that code, get 10% off of the monthly one and go in there for that. You'll be able to, get live sessions. You'll get the 5-day accelerate, like the 5-day kind of like boot camp. And we're going 5-day intensive is really what it is. We're going to go through that. We're going to go through taxes. We're going to go through, who needs to set up an LLC, setting up your S Corp, your BOI, all those different things will take place in those 5 days. That part starts March 11th through the 15th or 10th through the 14th. I got to go look at it. But next week, it's all kind of getting to know you guys, figuring out what your goals are, what results you would like to have to make sure that, you have a path like, okay, I need to really, really hone in on this information because there will be some information that you will not apply. You won't need to apply right away. It might be 6 months from now. It might be a year from now where that information, like you're ready to take action. Everybody doesn't need business credit. Everybody isn't, you're starting out just getting a bigger printer. If you don't have the clientele for it, you may not need that bigger printer, but you want to understand how to build that credit, how to do certain things so that when the time comes, you either have the money in your account to finance it, or you can, get credit to get bigger machines. You may need to just lease out certain machines. So these are all steps to get to the results that you want. It doesn't have to be where you have to self-finance and just try and get all the things right up front. So like I said, some of the information that you will receive, you're going to be able to put it to immediate action. There's going to be some things where, hey, I just need to store this in the back of my mind for when I'm ready to scale to this level. So, I highly recommend that you invest in yourself. Consider the Creative Business Program. The link is there. There is a discount code, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the room. Until next time, I need help setting up an S Corp and just business advice, period. Click on the link. Click the link. Oh, wait, you know what? It doesn't show for you guys on Facebook. Hold on. I just realized it only put it on YouTube. Let me go over here to Facebook real quick, and I'm going to drop this in the chat for you. Hold on. Let's copy that, and I'm going to put it in the comment section. All right. So I'm going to reply to your comment, but I'm also going to just put it on in the regular comments. Use code. And now I got to go back and get the code. Copy for 10% off. Boom. There we go. So now you have that. Join the program. Join the program. All right. And I actually will be doing a session after I get Zion Imani, where I'm going to have one today. I'm going to have one tomorrow morning. I'm going to have one tomorrow afternoon about the Creative Business Program and just what all it entails. So I will have that. So be sure to come on back. It'll probably be around 3-ish, where I'm going to talk about specifically the Creative Business Program and how it can benefit you. All right. All right, y'all. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Be incredible. Peace.